Hello, and welcome back. I'm very excited to be announcing that the Pit Fan mod version 2.5.7 is now available. It is probably the biggest update so far, so let's get into the changes. Big change number one is how armor works. So now, every class can wear every type of armor, but there are some caveats. The different classes have all been given sizes. So in order from smallest to largest, the Zools, the Lich, and the Shepherd are very small. The humans and female Tarkas are small. The Hiver and Mercenary are medium. The Merigi is large, and the Lear here is extra large. And all the armors have been given sizes as well. And depending on how badly it fits for you, with the worst being a Lear trying to wear something that's very small, you will receive not only an armor penalty, as you can see here. Crusader armor is normally in the neighborhood of 90 armor, I think, and here it's only giving 32. But you also receive stat penalties. So, as a Lear, we can put this on, and it will explain to you that you receive 16% for every size difference between you and the armor you're trying to put on. Note that even though this is reduced armor for calculating protection from you, it doesn't use this smaller number for durability hits. So this Crusader armor is still very durable. It won't take a lot of armor damage. It just won't protect you that well. But yeah, so as a Lear, you can totally wear a Brawler. It will slow you down, and you will receive only 67.6 armor, and you will receive a minus 15 to your finesse. The way it works is if an armor is too small, you get 5 points of finesse penalty per level, and if it's too big, you get a penalty to your might. The idea behind all of this is that something is better than nothing. So, if you find ceramic on a character that it doesn't fit well, at least it's better to have something, and something durable, rather than just nothing and having to throw it away. So yeah, this will apply to everyone. There's no more Merigi without armor, no more Lear without armor, unless you get unlucky enough to completely not open any armor lockers, or get nothing but biomods. So that change is available to everyone. There's another change. If you happen to have the Necromancer DLC, open the Lich here. There is now a Necromancy spell tree beyond just the Soul Crush. In order, we have Summon Horror. Summon Horror will summon a undead minion that will be on your side. The strength of that minion, what type it is determined by your Necrotech ability, and then some random number generation. For example, with a power of 45 in the Necrotech ability, if we summon a Horror, you can see we got a Crawling Carrion. The monster you summon also gets a HP bonus, so they're a little bit tankier than they would normally be. And the amount of time they spend before they disappear is based on your Necrotech ability. I believe it's your ability divided by 2. So if you get 99, you'll get them for 50 turns, basically. Stay away from that. Just going to waste a few turns here. We'll try another one. Hopefully we'll get something different. That is something different. That's a Necro Vermin. I haven't killed one of those yet. The entire list is Spawn Sludgeling, Carrion, Crawling Carrion, Necro Vermin, Necro Thing, Revenant, Carrion Shambler, Necrotech Shambler, or Crawler, Necrotech Horror, Carrion Horror, Sludge Horror, Necrotech Shambler, and Necrotech Abomination. So there's quite a list. This is only available if you have the Necrotech, or the Necro DLC, obviously, because it uses all the assets from that expansion. The next ability is Necrosis. So this will cause a high-level disease and poison on any non-mecha target. It varies between 5 and 7 for the disease, and 5 and 9 for the poison. So if you get a lucky roll on this, you could basically kill any organic target, provided they aren't coming after you right then. And then finally, there's Raise Dead. Raise Dead will allow you to reanimate a creature that you've killed, so if you can get to the corpse before it disappears, you can reanimate that character. It will stay as long as it has health, and its health will very slowly drain. So in theory, you could keep them around for quite a while. I think if I open up a different save file here. Now this Scion has a 100 in Necrotech, so we will get much better horror spawns, and we can now cast the Raise Dead. So, who to kill? Oops, I have my, all my buttons are not where I expect them to be. Let's try that again. Now we will summon. You can see with greater power I created a Sludge Horror, which has a ton of hitting power. They hit 3 times with large claws, I believe. So they can insta-kill all sorts of creatures. And once you kill someone, we'll go ahead and raise that creature. Alright. Now that we have a bear corpse here, now we have our own bear. And this will work for anyone. I mean, if you kill a very powerful creature, say an Alpha Zool, you can go ahead and raise them. Or a, one of those crocodile variants with tons of health, or even a Wendigo. As long as it's not mecha, you can raise it. So let's go use our friends here. Come along, friends. Let's wait till they can get close enough. And you do get the experience from their kills, so you don't have to worry about kill steals. And they tank hits very well, too. Now, obviously, going into a mech room is probably not the best use of these, because they're all melee. But if I did have a ranged one, he could help me out quite a bit here. And you can see he only loses 0.35. Get him. This will also highlight the other change that's been made. So your allies now move on their own separate turn. So first it goes, you make your move, then your ally makes their move, then the opponents do. So when I summon someone, they will actually move before the enemy does. Now we couldn't see it because you killed them, but this should hopefully make it so they're less derpy, so they won't run past each other as much as they currently do. The speed up has been updated. The speed up options has been updated to include allies too. I noticed they were going pretty slow. Anyway, that's all for the Necro. I've been doing some playtesting, and it's actually a lot of fun. Okay, what else do we have? There's a few changes for the Marine. The Marine is now assault weapons expert, so with this assault rifle, instead of it taking 5 shots to shoot 3 bullets, it only takes 3. So, case in point, 27. I had to raise the assault rifle count from 25 to 30, just so it would be divisible by both 5 and 3. But this change means that the assault rifle is almost as... I think it basically is as efficient as the regular rifle. Let's go take care of this guy real quick. Another change is you can go ahead and shoot multi-shots at adaptoids when they're in mimic form. And you can see we killed them. They have their built-in armor that they would normally have. So it used to be the first shot you got on a mimicked adaptoid, he had 0 armor because you were shooting the prop instead of him. Now all 3 shots will hit him. Alright, what else do we have? There's scaling stat penalties, or not stat penalties, but aim penalties for weapons that you do not have the requirements for. And so if you're between 0 and 5 under, so for example, this assault rifle requires 20 finesse. If you had between 15 and 19, you would receive a smaller penalty to your aim, 25, I believe. And then for each point below that, you will get an additional penalty. Something like 5 or something like that. This means so when you're nowhere near having the finesse or the might to use something, you'll be just awful with it. But if you're reasonably close, the penalty won't be so bad. Before it was a binary. You were either you had the finesse or might, or you did not. Another big change is that the room scaling per floor has been reduced a bit. And what I mean by that is the number of rooms that spawn per floor is based on a random amount between, I forget, it's like some amount, 6 or something like that. There's some range. And then beyond that, a number gets added based on the number of floors deep you are. So that's why when you get to the later floors, there'd be just tons of rooms, and it would slow down quite a bit. So that has been reduced just a bit, so that those end floors shouldn't be quite so big. The beginning floor should be basically the same, and the amount of difference will get bigger and bigger as you get later. Characters have also been, their experience requirements have been lowered a bit to compensate, since you will be encountering less creatures and props overall. You still get the same number of good rooms, though. So in the pit, you have a maximum number of rooms for a lot of different room types. The armory, security stations, kitchen, that sort of thing. You can only have one of those per floor. But a lot of the bad rooms, like I forget what it's called, but the jail one, interrogation room, there's no maximum to that, so you can get a ton of those later on. And that's why you get swarmed by endless mechano dogs. So I'm hoping it should basically work out. You get almost the same amount of good loot without quite as much late floor grind. Oh, another change. The Marine, Mercenary, and the Secret character have a better punch than they did before. And you can see it does a decent amount of damage there. I think I can add it here and show you it off. So it does 3 to 4 damage. A normal punch does 1 to 2. So using this, you can save a lot of durability on the early floors. And if you happen to get stuff like Razor Fist, Adamantium Claws, it helps with the scaling of that. This is good since those characters have a very hard time repairing things that you won't need to use quite as much of your durability. Even though I'm just demoing, I can't help open stuff. Okay, moving on. The assassin character now has achievements. At some point I'm going to have to add ludicrous achievements. That'll probably be in the next update. One thing that does not benefit the player is if you've encountered the blue Marigis, they can cast Glamour, which they've always been able to do, but it did absolutely nothing. Now it does. You cannot target a character with Glamour, so you will want to run away when they do that, probably. Next, got a couple quality of life things. The sliders now have mouse overs, so it should explain a little better exactly what it means. few items. I can head back into my marine run there. Here we are. So these are all new craftables. The morphine shot will give you 50% damage reduction for 20 turns, but it causes slowness after. In your drug-induced stupor, I guess. There's also a similar effect for painkillers now. It's lesser, you get a 20% damage reduction, but at least painkillers are useful for non-psionic characters now. And the painkillers also gives more health. Before it was 5. It gives 25 health now. Here's the Vulture's Delight. You can make this by combining disease extract and tainted meat, and you'll get basically double the value of tainted meat. However, it's very likely to give disease, and you can also get another status effect. I forget, it's dizzy? I think it's dizzy. And there's the spicy avian soup. I think that is a typo. I'll have to fix that. Anyway, to make this, since I don't remember exactly what it is, spicy. And so what this will do is it'll boost your natural regeneration, gives you +1 move, and gives extra food. However, it will hurt you. So the idea is you would eat it in pieces to spread out the benefit there. The last one is a Chef Special. Chef Special is a combination of Zool field rations and Merigi flavor oils. Obviously the Striker does not like to eat her kind, so it's not available to her. Other than that, there's just some minor things. Fix some typos in places. The Shaka Sol is now available. You can actually find this as a non-mercenary. Before it was only available to them. But it has been nerfed. So it only strikes 1 in melee. Versus 3 times. It was by far the best weapon in the game. By an order of magnitude, probably. And that's about it for all the bigger changes. All the rest of the smaller changes will be available in the changelog. I hope everyone enjoys playing it, and I will see you next time.